Hi, I'm Carl Walker with Gedi Retreat, and I'm here at Fish and Cross Ranch, where Gedi Retreat is graciously hosted by Al and Teresa Snyder and the whole Fish and Cross team. There's a lot of stuff that happens on this ranch. There's cattle operations, and there's hunting, there's all kinds of ministries that impact the kingdom of God, and there's growing hay. Now, two of the main things that hay needs to grow is sunlight and water. And since they can't control the sunlight here on the ranch, they do their best to be faithful with the water that comes off those hills above. And this spigot system behind me is what is used to provide the thousands of gallons of water to actually ensure that this hay grows every year. Now, as you drive by, you might take for granted that this system actually works. I mean, they're all over the United States and you see them everywhere, so they got to be pretty simple to put together. Well, not really. Because though you see this spigot system pumping out water and churning around this field, what you don't see is the effort that it took to get this spigot system in place. Now, I got the chance to witness this effort over the last year, and it was truly epic. First, a mile-long trench, 8 feet deep, had to be dug up a hill to a reservoir. Then a giant pipe was laid in that trench and put together, and valves and regulators were put in. Then all the dirt they pulled out of that trench had to be sifted to get the rocks out of it, to put clean dirt back in so the rocks wouldn't crush the pipe. And then this giant spider-looking contraption behind me had to be assembled, and it all had to be tested. And in the end, hundreds of thousands of dollars had to be spent so that the mountain water, when it came down here, when the sun hit it, the hay would grow. Now, it's important to understand that the ranch doesn't actually provide the water. The ranch just provided a space for the water to travel in. We do the same thing here at Gedi Retreat, but we focus on getting the pastor in a place where when the sun shines on him, he grows. Our tagline is, we provide the space and he provides the God. So we put lots of effort into making sure that our ministry is a place where a pastor come and enjoy himself, to include actually paying for some pastors' gas money and airline tickets just to get here. So far this year, we've hosted 28 pastors and missionaries and their families, and we have 20 more on the schedule, and that doesn't include November and December. We've had pastors come from all over the continent and all over the world, to include places like China and Tanzania and Brazil and India. That is where our supporters come in, because like this spigot system that's needed finances to get the water into this field, Gedi Retreat needs finances to help make a place where pastors will grow when the sun shines on them. The Lance Cabin is our space, and like the ranch providing a space for the water to travel in, Gedi Retreat provides that same space for our work to travel. But right now, that space we have needs a little bit of work, and we have 4 main projects that really need some financial assistance right away. So, I'm going to take you up to the Lance Cabin. I'm going to show you what we're going to raise money for, so you can see how we are going to help provide the space for God to shine his sun on the pastors who come. All right, so I'm here at the Lance Cabin, and I wanted to give you an opportunity to see the work we're going to do. First of all, the Lance Cabin's doing great. The inside is wonderful. It's really nice, and the pastors are really enjoying it. Let me show you something we did last year. Last year, with the funds we raised, we put together this great big patio, which is super beautiful, and it's a great place to sit. But now what we need to do is we have 4 main projects. Let me show you what they are. First of all, right down here where you see all these great big bricks, we're going to dig this out, and we're going to create a horseshoe-shaped fire pit. It's going to be 2-tiered. The bottom's going to be a nice fire pit, and there's going to be a place to sit and enjoy some heat when it's kind of cool out here. And then the pastors can sit in there, talk, be sheltered from the wind a little bit, and they can look out over this valley, which has got elk and moose and deer and cattle operations. It's really fantastic. Second thing we're going to do is right up here. As you can see, our roof line right here drops straight down on our patio. And what happens in the winter is the snow builds up on this roof, and then once it gets warm, it melts and it drops right here on this patio. And by January, there's about 4 feet of snow right here. So what we're going to do is we already have the plans ready for this. Got the plans in the permitting department. We're going to extend this roof line out about 4 to 5 feet so that the snow doesn't fall straight here in the walking path. That's going to be really helpful. The third thing we're going to do is right over here, we are going to build a great big shade pergola because the sun up here at 8,500 feet in the summer can get pretty hot. So we have a company out of Idaho. They're called Selkirk, and they're going to provide us this great big wood, beautiful pergola at a really good, awesome discounted price. We're going to put that wood pergola right here. It's going to provide some shade. We're going to make a nice rock garden in here, and then we're going to pull these two picnic tables under that pergola, and the pastors will have a nice place to sit in the shade and enjoy some time. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to purchase a car. One of the things that happens when pastors come to Gedi Retreat is a lot of times they can find an affordable airline ticket to get to Denver. But then a rental car for the week costs a fortune. So we're looking for a dependable four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive car that we can put down in Denver, and when the pastors come in, they fly in, they can pick that car up and drive up here and not have to worry about the cost of a rental car. So all in all, these 4 projects we are going to try and raise $25,000 for in really short order so we can get some of this done this year before the winter hits. If you feel convicted to give, we would greatly appreciate your support during this time. And we will keep you up to date on the progress with pictures and videos, and you'll get to see everything that's happening. So if you can support us, excellent. Thank you so much. I'm Carl Walker with Gedi Retreat. Have a wonderful day.